welcome back to my channel. Today I am super excited because this is my first Christmas DIY video. I made 6 different crafts. They are all neutral and black and white buffalo check. I love them for the start of the Christmas season before you want all like the bright greens and reds. They're super easy to make and super affordable, so let's get started.
When I was at Hobby Lobby, I saw the sign that looks like a present, so I wanted to recreate it. The first thing I used was burlap canvas that I got a while ago on sale from Michaels, and then I used this ribbon from Walmart, and then I just found the center of the canvas and just glued on the ribbon. The ribbon at Hobby Lobby was off-centered, but their canvas was a rectangle, so since mine was a square, I tried to center everything. When I was done gluing on the ribbon, I used this joy ornament from Walmart and then the greenery from this joy ornament from Dollar Tree. I glued everything down and I just love the way it turned out. It's not exactly like the Hobby Lobby one, but I did want to just stick to black and white. I thought that would go a lot better with my decor. For this next project, I used this chain of beads from Hobby Lobby. It was originally $9, but it was 40% off, and I just used like 20 of the beads and split them into 2 piles. I painted one of the groups white and then the other one black. When I was done painting my beads, I used this jute twine from the Crafter Square section in Dollar Tree. I made a loop at one end and then just strung on my beads, and then at the other end I made a tassel and tied that on. Then I added on this peace ornament from Walmart. It came from the same pack as the Joy one did from the last DIY. I just tied everything together and this is how it turned out. Oh my god, I just love it. I think it looks like something I could buy. For this next project, I used 2 of these white candles from Dollar Tree and then this ribbon from Michaels. I wrapped it around the candle and then I layered on top of it this buffalo check ribbon from Walmart. I glued that down and then added this greenery from these ornaments from Dollar Tree. Also glued that down and my candles were done. I love how they turned out. I used this arrow from Dollar Tree to create a little house, so I removed the twine and then I used this pet bandana to cover it. So I placed it on top of my arrow, cut around it, and then glued it down. As I was gluing it down, I started to realize my print was like kind of slanty. So I think if I were to redo this project, I would have started with the rectangular part of the house. I think that would have made it easier, but pulling it taut really did help. I then used one of these home signs from the Crafter Square section of Dollar Tree, and I stained it using Minwax Special Walnut Stain. Getting in between some of the holes was a bit tricky, but the sponge made it easier to kind of just push it into the holes. When I was all done staining, I used one of these wired garland ties from Dollar Tree and I created a wreath with it. So I formed it into a circle, cut it down, and then just glued it to my house. I glued down my home sign to the bottom of my house, which really worked out because it covered up a lot of the waviness of my print. And then I just glued on another one of these ties to create a garland. I love how this turned out. I think it looks so farmhouse and so adorable. I used this wreath form from Dollar Tree and this ribbon from Walmart. I first glued down a little bit of the ribbon and then I wrapped it around my wreath. As I was going though, I noticed it would be easier to cut off smaller sections of the ribbon and just wrap that around until the entire wreath was covered. I used this $2 ornament from Walmart as the centerpiece to my wreath, glued it down so that it would hang in the middle. To cover up the twine and the glue at the top, I just created a bow using the same ribbon from Walmart and then this ribbon from Michaels. I just folded the ribbon over on itself and then layered the two different types of ribbon on top of each other, tied it off with twine, and then that was my bow. It was so simple, but it looks so cute. And then I just glued my bow down. Now because the bells were so heavy, I wanted to create a good support for them, so I did glue down the sides of the bows as well. And this is how it turned out. I love it. I picked up a wreath form from Dollar Tree and also a scarf. Last year they had a buffalo check one, so I had that on hand. And then I just wrapped that around my wreath form the same way I did the ribbon last time. I used some of this $1 greenery from Walmart and I just glued it under the tails of my scarf. And this is how my wreath turned out. I think it is so pretty and so warm for the holiday season.
So that is everything. I love how these crafts turned out. I love how neutral they are, especially like the beads that say peace at the end and then the home sign that has the wreath in the middle. I think they barely look Christmas, so they're great for the beginning of the season. I think I can put them up like now and maybe my boyfriend won't realize that I'm already decorating for Christmas and won't think I'm crazy. So I usually start my Christmas decorating like after Thanksgiving, but I think I will start earlier this season. When do you start? Also, I want to know if you recreate any of these DIYs. I'd love to hear about it. If you liked what you saw today, like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.